Gone Girl. Gone Girl is a movie that we have previously seen that tells the story of Nick Dunn, whose wife Amy disappears on the morning of their 5th anniversary. An increasing amount of evidence, combined with Nick's calm demeanor throughout the ordeal, leads the public to believe that Nick murdered his wife. The police find a diary written by Amy that describes the faltering of their marriage and Nick's growing aggression. However, it is revealed that Amy is alive and well and had framed Nick for everything because he had become lazy and had cheated on her. But while she is staying at a campground, Amy is robbed. With no money left to go anywhere, she contacts her ex-boyfriend Desi, who lets her stay with him at his lake house. Meanwhile, Nick, who has realized that he is being framed, hires a lawyer and appears on television to confess his infidelities and publicly apologize to Amy. She sees this and decides to return to Nick by murdering Desi and making it look like she had been abused, clearing Nick of all guilt. When she returns, Nick tells her that he is going to divorce her, but Amy reveals that she is pregnant. Nick realizes that he cannot leave a child to be raised alone by a psychotic Amy and decides to stay with her.
The character of Amy displays many symptoms of antisocial personality disorder, which causes people to behave in socially undesirable ways. APD falls under the DSM-5 category of personality disorders. Among the characteristics of APD listed by the DSM-5, Amy most frequently displays dishonesty and lack of guilt. The characteristic of dishonesty is exhibited consistently throughout the movie, especially when she lies about being kidnapped and abused by Desi. Amy also appears to show no guilt after murdering Desi and almost framing her husband for murder. According to the DSM-5, people with APD are often in trouble with the law. However, Amy does not have a troubled past and retains a perfect image so as not to run into any problems with the police. Treating individuals like Amy with APD is very difficult because they often lie to their therapists and do not want to change themselves. While behavioral and cognitive therapy methods show some sort of short-term progress, success in the long run is almost non-existent. The best thing to do for Amy is to place her in a residential treatment center or correctional facility.
While watching Gone Girl, we realized that Amy showed many of the characteristics that we found while conducting our research on antisocial personality disorder. The depiction of Amy's character shows her to be a cunning, malicious person who is dishonest, manipulative, and lacking in remorse or guilt. Amy also appears to be in her early 30s, which is when symptoms are the most serious for those with APD.
The movie Gone Girl does have educational value regarding psychological disorders. Gone Girl showed us the effect APD has on people's lives, which warning signs to look out for, and gave us insight into how a person with APD thinks.
The overall mood for the majority of the movie is pretty serious. Throughout the film, though, tiny sprinkles of humor are given, but at the same time does not deviate from the dark tone and suspense of the movie.
There are two scenes in the movie that bring out some of the worst symptoms of APD. The first is when Amy murders Desi in cold blood without flinching, and she appears to show no remorse afterwards. She almost seems smug. The second is when she inseminates herself with Nick's semen from the sperm bank, manipulating him to stay with her and raise a child.
Gone Girl was extremely entertaining to watch. It will have you on the edge of your seat throughout the film. It is a thrilling drama that will leave you wanting more when the credits roll. Gone Girl is one of the best movies we have seen, and we encourage everyone to go see it.
Another movie worth mentioning that was not on the list given out is American Sniper. It's a movie based around one of the most famous U.S. military soldiers who suffers mightily from post-traumatic stress disorder after coming home from his multiple tours in the Middle East. This disease affects him mentally and psychologically as he tries to adapt back to his normal life. This presentation has been brought to you by Reader Mingwasser
And Logan Lucas.
and we hope you enjoyed this presentation and
Go see the movie!